Hi, we're going to chat about healing our attachment style with inner child healing. And one thing that I struggled with for a while is I thought, how do I heal something that I likely don't remember? I researched my symptoms and stuff enough to understand that I had an anxious attachment style, but I didn't know how you heal it if you don't actually remember the scenarios or the situations where it happened. And the reason I love inner child healing is because what I learned to do was to be so compassionate with myself and develop love for that piece of me that was wounded. I didn't necessarily need to remember the situation. I just had to have so much more compassion and empathy for the parts of me that were triggered and reacting in those situations that brought up that attachment wound. So it's about developing the love every time for yourself every time that piece comes up. So whereas normally you might be frustrated with yourself or have shame or just struggle and just feel like there's something wrong with you, it's accepting that there's nothing wrong with you at all. And it's about just loving those parts of yourself, because obviously you were a child when those things happened. There was pieces that were missing, or you were neglected. That's not on you. I mean, you're taking all the steps towards healing yourself and looking into repairing these pieces. So you deserve love, compassion, and all the things that were missing back then. You don't need to necessarily remember, but when those triggers come up, it's about really being with yourself and loving yourself and not being hard on yourself for struggling in those areas. That's one thing that I would love to suggest. And there's a lot of guided meditations out there on inner child healing where you actually can meet that child version of yourself and have the compassion for it. That's something that I'm developing right now. I'm not too far away from recording it and putting it out, but I'll have a free inner child healing meditation. So stay tuned, and I hope that this gave you some insight on things.